Good evening, and we begin tonight with a developing story in an hours-long search for a fugitive in Columbia County. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko.
And I'm Laurel Porter. Police were on the scene near Heath Road and Old Rainier Road for 6 hours tonight. They believe the suspect was hiding in the area and at one point fired a gun at a passerby. Just moments ago, we got word they've suspended the search and have not found the suspect. They believe he escaped into the woods. The sheriff's office says they completed a search of buildings, homes, and other property. Now, this is the suspect, 41-year-old Kevin Reynolds. According to the Longview Daily News, he's been on the run from police for 3 weeks and is wanted for several counts, including robbery. Police are asking anyone who sees him to call 911.
Let's take you to Pacific County now, where firefighters are dealing with a late-season wildfire tonight near the Washington coast. Crews say it sparked in the hills near the town of Chinook, and high winds caused it to spread quickly. Now, people in Chinook are on level 1 evacuation orders, meaning they need to start to make plans to evacuate in case that fire spreads further. Officials say the fire covers at least 25 acres. As you can see, produced quite a bit of smoke. No word yet on the cause.
New tonight, a family business in Old Town is counting their losses after an early morning break-in. Security cameras caught thieves stealing thousands of dollars in merchandise, part of a frustrating trend of crime in that neighborhood.
Catherine Cook takes us to meet the intrepid owners who say they're staying open and not going anywhere.
With every stitch, Martin Martinez feels his family's business coming together. Handcrafted leather goods made with craftsmanship passed down from his great-grandfather in Mexico. The brand and their legacy is Aurochs.
The word Aurochs is the combination of Oregon and Oaxaca. So we combine the two places that we love.
A love that's being tested. Around 4 a.m. Tuesday, security video shows 3 people breaking into Aurochs Leather Company on Northwest 4th and Cooch.
I think it's definitely an organized crime situation.
They fill what appears to be a sleeping bag with just about everything on display. Martinez figures they lost around $25,000 worth, the bulk of their Black Friday inventory.
We didn't expect to be boarded up for the holidays. Definitely hurt by this event this morning.
Martinez's family replaced their stolen goods with backstock and posted a sign that says they're open, despite the boarded windows. Besides this break-in, Martinez says their downtown location has also been broken into twice in the last 2 years. He now worries about keeping his insurance coverage on top of everything else.
Small businesses struggle in a post-pandemic world, and despite things getting better, we need people to show up, in our neighborhoods and support small family businesses like ours.
Aurochs has been at this Old Town address for 12 years now. Despite increased crime, Martinez says he doesn't want to leave. Knock on wood, he won't have to. He wants to believe things can get better and safer here. He hopes the city does too.
Tackling those root causes of why this happens.
Catherine Cook reporting tonight. Now, Aurochs says while they make about 90% of what they sell right here in Portland, they want to stay right where they are. Anyone with information about this case should contact Portland Police.
Now to another Portland store that's closed amidst a rise in crime. Nike's factory store has been a big part of the community since it opened in 1984. But in late September, the store quietly closed and hasn't reopened since. KGW investigator Kylie Boshi found the problem might be bigger than just one store.
The Nike Community Store is a fixture in Northeast Portland. The retail giant stands tall among other storefronts along a busy stretch of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Look inside and you'll find racks of neatly folded Nike gear and rows of shoes, but no customers. The Nike store has been closed for more than a month, and the company won't say why. On its website, Nike said the store will be closed for the next 7 days, a message that's been repeated for weeks. Despite the notice posted online, customers show up almost every day.
Usually stores let you know what's going on because customers want to know. But nothing on the door kind of leaves it suspicious.
Especially when you're paying $5 for gas and then it's like, Thanks.
The Nike community store has always had an issue with theft, explain several people associated with the store. Although recently, shoplifting has risen to new levels. Criminals have become more brazen, stealing armloads of Nike merchandise and walking out the front door with no fear of being arrested. Security guards contracted by Nike admit they're forbidden from physically stopping shoplifters. It's too risky.
It's obvious that they've stolen something and they're looking to unload it somewhere.
Pastor Paul Greenidge of New Song Community Church has seen people flee the nearby Nike store with stolen shoes and clothing. I mean, you've been here a long time.
30-some years.
30-some years.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything like this?
It's unprecedented. Nothing like this.
KGW's analysis of Portland crime data found since 2019, the Nike community store has reported 437 shoplifting cases to police. Citywide, that's second only to the Mall 205 target. Police, prosecutors, and retailers complain shoplifting, or organized retail crime, is a citywide epidemic, largely fueled by drug addiction. Over the past 4 months, several businesses have closed their doors because of crime and security concerns, including a Cracker Barrel, Stanford's, and a couple Starbucks locations. The Nike store is especially noteworthy because of its history.
The credit goes to the black community.
Ron Herndon, along with the Black United Front, approached Nike 38 years ago and urged the company to build its first ever factory store on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, then called Union Avenue, an area once plagued by crime and violence.
Many credit development that began to occur on MLK to Nike's commitment.
When the Nike Portland factory store opened in 1984, it pledged to donate a portion of the store's profits to community-based nonprofits.
Those who shop here and buy here, spend money here, will have a part of that profit returned back to the community.
Since then, the Nike store has donated more than $1 million to the North and Northeast Portland community. In 2000, it moved to a new building after outgrowing the Nike store's original location.
It's not just me. So many people in the community are proud of it.
But the ongoing issues with theft has raised concerns about the store's future.
What's occurring with Nike is very symptomatic of what's happening with people and organizations and businesses all over Portland.
Herndon believes a lack of police resources and prosecution has allowed criminals to tear at the fabric of this community.
Criminals don't care. Criminals do not care about history.
Nike built this community store nearly 40 years ago to increase its involvement in the community and help build up a troubled stretch of the city. Now, Herndon argues it needs support, fending off shoplifters and crime.
Until the city comes up with an answer to this, I don't see it going away. I don't. I don't see this stopping.
I love that store. Been there so many times. It's so distressing to see it closed. If you have a story for our investigative team, email investigators@kgw.com or call our tip line. Here's the number, 503-226-5041.
Let's talk about RSV tonight. Doctors and nurses in Oregon are asking you to take steps to protect yourself and your family from respiratory infections. This comes as hospitals across the country are at or near capacity. So we checked in with Legacy's Randall's Children's Hospital. They're at 100% capacity for pediatric patients in both the ER and inpatient beds. They are now pulling nurses to work extra shifts, in some cases moving them out of admin roles to care for patients. Now, a surge in RSV, flu, and other viruses comes amidst a staffing shortage. So healthcare providers want to make sure parents are only bringing kids to the hospital when they need to. We talked to the medical director of Randall's Pediatric ICU for advice. She says a fever alone is not cause for concern. Instead, there are 3 symptoms to look for in children, she says, under 12 months old, those most susceptible to the virus. They are dehydration, sleeping more than normal, and having trouble breathing.
Take your baby down to just their diaper and take a look at how they're breathing. So if you look and you see that their belly is going in and out, or they're using the muscles in between their ribs or below their neck in order to be able to breathe, then you should bring your child to the emergency department.
Now, Dr. Hassan says it's also important to know that the vast majority of kids who get RSV do just fine, and most of those who are hospitalized recover well.